the Vice President, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, has described the $2 billion cooperation agreement between Ghana and Sino Hydro of China as the best vehicle to steer the country's infrastructural development.
Speaking at the 2018 Ghana Economic Forum in Accra, Dr. Bawumia said the agreement would not pose a threat to the country's debts, but rather help in addressing challenges facing the country.
After more than a decade of substantial economic progress, Ghana is today one of the world's most attractive emerging market and investment destinations. According to the World Bank, the Ghanaian economy is one of the fastest growing economies in the world in 2018. This is evident in the indicators, with inflation trending downwards from 15% to 9% as of July 2018. Debt levels to GDP ratio now stands at 69% as against 73% in December 2016. Gross international reserves is in the region of $8 billion, representing more than 4 months of import cover, and with GDP growth rate projected at 8.5%. Economists are optimistic that if Ghana continues on this trajectory and makes the growth more inclusive, she can become a fully fledged middle-income country soon. These are the issues that engaged the attention of experts and industry players at the Ghana Economic Forum. Some of the experts were of the view that building a comparative advantage with the country's human and natural resources is the best way to go.
No matter what the nation is, to remain competitive, you need to respond to external factors. As we are going to China to borrow money, some U.S. senators, for example, have written to the IMF and the U.S. senators questioning whether Africans can sustain their debt. You will be measured by your debt to GDP ratio, which is, as the Vice President said, has dropped. But when I check debt to GDP ratio, you will find that Japan's debt to GDP ratio is 240. America's debt to GDP ratio is about 110. So I don't have any doubt about debt to GDP ratio. The fact remains, however, that it is actually the confidence in the people's ability to pay that makes people lend money. So if we do not as a nation create conscious effort to respond to these external factors, what will happen is that somebody will make a publication telling you you are 111 on the doing business index and therefore you are not competitive. We need to create our own rules.
We have over 10 billion Ghana cedis in the pension scheme. 3. The original intent was for the pension scheme to provide long-term capital to our industries that would support the Made in Here or Made in Ghana program. But it is not happening. It is not happening anywhere. So the pension laws need to be revised so that instead of majority of the funds going to buy government bonds, it should be forced to go to the private sector to support equities, to provide the long-term capital that we need.
The Vice President of Ghana, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, said leveraging on the natural resources of the country by entering into an agreement with Sino Hydro under the Integrated Bauxite Company will add value to Ghana's bauxite.
We have for years in Ghana been in a situation, our gold, our diamonds, we just keep exporting them in raw form. We have not really leveraged these assets to develop the industries in value addition in Ghana. And what we are saying is that let's not do the same to bauxite that we've done to gold and other. So let us find partners to set up an integrated aluminium industry in Ghana. Our bauxite reserves, which are around 900 million metric tons, are worth maybe about $50 billion in the market terms. But if we refine this bauxite, it is worth almost 400 billion.
Dr. Bawumia said due diligence has been made and risk associated with the agreement has been weighed, and government believes it is in the best interest of the country.
Cynics are throwing dust in the eyes of the public about the viability of the arrangement. Like all multi-year financial arrangements, of course, you can point to risks. But our strong technical team has been working out the details of the entire arrangement and running the sensitivity analysis to determine the degree of our vulnerabilities in terms of what is most beneficial for Ghana.
Dr. Bawumia said government will use the proposals from the forum to fashion out workable policies that create the environment for growth of investment in the country.